Northern Hemisphere. We're down under in Australia. Bondi Beach, Sydney is just behind me. Wildlife is a big topic here in Australia when it comes to traffic, because wildlife comes, especially here, in all shapes and sizes. From small to big, it walks, crawls, hops, behaves differently. It's really hard to predict what wildlife will do next. And so when it enters traffic, it can be really dangerous, not only for the wildlife itself, obviously, but also for all the other participants of traffic. So we try to recognize wildlife better in order to then develop strategies how properly we react to those. And that's a big safety concern, obviously, and Australia is a perfect proving ground for that. My experience with Australia and Australian people has been that they're really open to new people, new cultures, but also new technology. They really embrace things that will benefit their lives, and self-driving cars are just one of those things. So from what I've heard when I talk to people, they really can't wait to get that technology in their hands and well, be able to do something else when they're stuck in traffic jams or want to go for a longer distance drive. Just like any big city, Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, there's a lot of traffic jams, especially in rush hours. And in rush hours, people usually don't go there because they love driving so much, because they need to get from A to B. And if they could use that time in a more productive way to relax, talk to their families, do some emails, catch up on a movie or something, that's something everybody would really embrace quite quickly, I think. And here in Australia, there's many opportunities, not only for big cities, but also for long distance drives. The Australian market is particularly interesting for us because there's many things we can test here. It's not only the map data, obviously, that we're taking a close look at. The various wildlife situations we find here are really interesting for us, but also the infrastructure with blinking speed limit signs and various other adaptations of how to communicate with the flowing traffic, and that's what we're looking at. So we did a little tweaking and twerking with the car. At the front, we took the lights out and got some other lights in. We got some digital lights into the car. Lights, if you think about it, are the first driver assistance systems that were there ever, because light is something that helps you to see at night where you cannot with your regular eyes. We have the digital light in there that can not only light up the street, it can also project things onto the street. And by doing that, we can communicate with the driver, but not only with the driver inside the car, but also with everybody around the car. And that's a really good benefit for self-driving cars of the future, since we really need to communicate with the outside world to let them know what the car is about to do and that everybody feels safe and knows what's going on. So with the digital light, we're playing around with some use cases to see what works well, what does not work so well, and we have several ideas. There's many opportunities with that light. So one use case we're thinking about is warning the driver of obstacles that are reaching into the road that the driver might not be able to see very well. So if the car detects that, it could warn the driver by projecting something onto the road that he is really aware of that obstacle and can drive around it. I actually went to university here in Sydney, and I never thought I would come back with such a cool project. Professionally, I'm extremely blown away how well the map-based speed adaptation works, and now we are beyond excited to see what South Africa has to bring. And we'll see you there.